Okay, this is our Hunter GSP 9700. It's the machine you guys saw and we talked about a little bit while I was there visiting you. This is that cone I was speaking about. This is the one that rides on the inner surface of the wheel. Essentially it's going in that hole on the back side. This is the one that I was speaking of that just kind of lines it up, and once I tighten this whole wheel, once I put the wheel assembly on and tighten it down, this cone actually is spring loaded and it will retract in there. It's spring loaded enough that I can't push it physically, but hopefully it'll show up in the video. You'll see it actually retract in there. I'm doing this solo, so bear with me. This video might get a little bumpy. I'm going to set this wheel up on it. And this is the tool holder I was speaking about. It's 5-on-4.5 pattern. The pins are actually somewhat pressed in there. They have a taper to index in with the wheel stud. So I'm going to set the camera back down and set this on. And then a big oversized wing nut, essentially. And hopefully, so it's hard to see with the lighting, but the pins and the tapers, I'm not sure if this is going to show up, but back here, basically while I'm tightening that wing nut, it's compressing that cone in there until the flat portion of our wheel is sitting against this flat disc on the machine. From there, I need to get out of the menu I'm in right now. From there, I can take this tool, stick this in here, and it's going to spin it. And that essentially is working as your dial indicators. Did the inner bead, here's the outer bead. And results should pop up on the screen. This is a bad wheel according to the built-in specifications of this machine. This does have a couple other options. I've got a show details button down here. This is a chart that is actually on one of those wheels I left you doing stuff. It actually also has this show runout plots. And essentially, if you see here, this triangle up here, that is the location of the top of the wheel. With my other hand, I'm not on the camera with, I'm actually rotating the wheel right now on the machine, and you can see that it's bringing me around, and essentially the top of the wheel, as it's mounted on the machine, this is showing where it's, the high and lows, and basically I can show the outer wheel, show the lateral, show all revolutions, I can show the next harmonics, being if there's multiple bumps in the system. There actually is ways I can set it up so that as I'm spinning it around, it actually shows the 4 dial indicators, like what we were measuring at your place with just a single. This will do all that as well. I'm not 100% familiar with this machine yet, it's still kind of new to me. But anyways, hopefully in general that gives you an idea of how this is mounted up and how our pin, how this is set up and how it's being held on the machine. I'm going to unmount this real quick and just give you one last overall shot of the spindle setup when the wheel's not on it. Again, there's the tool holder or the tire holder, whatever. Slide the wheel off, and as you can see, like I said, the cone's going into this hole right here. This surface eventually gets pushed up flat against this surface, and that's how it's held in there.